What if I told you that your mind isn't as private as you think? Think about it. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions could be perceived by other people without you saying a single word. Sounds impossible, right? But what if we were all actually connected by an invisible network of consciousness? Psychologist and neuroscientist Jacobo Grinberg dedicated his life to studying this possibility, and what he discovered could change everything we think we know about the human mind. According to Grinberg, our thoughts are not confined to the brain. On the contrary, they're part of a larger field of information, a field that anyone could learn to access. If this is true, why don't we perceive this connection all the time? What stops us from consciously reading someone else's mind? And more importantly, how could we awaken this hidden ability? What you're about to discover could change the way you see reality forever. Now, stop for a moment and imagine that your mind is an antenna, constantly transmitting and receiving signals. These signals aren't just structured thoughts, but also emotions, intentions, and even images. If this is true, then we have never really been alone, because there's an invisible network that connects our minds. And the most unsettling part? Very few people know how to consciously access it. Jacobo Grinberg believed that our consciousness isn't limited to the brain, but is scattered across a vibrational field that connects all minds. This concept is very similar to the morphic field theory of biologist Rupert Sheldrake, who suggests that invisible patterns in nature allow the transmission of information without direct physical contact. In other words, our minds could be operating within a shared informational field. But where's the proof? Studies have shown that communication between brains can happen without direct contact. In one experiment, two people were placed in separate rooms. One person was shown a flashing light, and the other person, without seeing or hearing anything, showed similar brain patterns, as if they were receiving the same information remotely. And this isn't an isolated case. Scientists at the University of Washington managed to get one person to move another person's hand using only the power of thought, through a brain-to-brain interface. Also, other studies have shown that couples and close friends tend to synchronize their brain waves during conversations, even when they aren't looking directly at each other. Have you ever thought about someone and suddenly received a message from them? Or have you predicted what someone was going to say before they said a word? These aren't coincidences. They're evidence that our minds are tuned into a communication frequency beyond the conventional. Grinberg believed that this ability for mental interconnection could be trained and strengthened. The key lies in attention and intention. The problem is, most of us are immersed in distractions, phones, social media, constant noise. All of this blocks our ability to perceive these subtle connections. But what if we could learn to control this ability? Can you imagine being able to anticipate people's intentions or sense the truth behind their words just by observing their energy? If Grinberg was right, this ability isn't a mystical gift reserved for a few, but a latent skill that we all have. Here are 3 exercises to train it. 1. Silent listening. When you talk to someone, don't interrupt or plan your response. Just observe their tone of voice, breathing rhythm, and subtle expressions. What are they really feeling beyond their words? 2. Feel the atmosphere. Before entering a place, pause for a few seconds and sense the energy. Is there tension in the air? Joy? Discomfort? The more you practice, the easier it will be to read the room. 3. Mental connection. Choose someone you know well. Spend a few minutes each day thinking about them and try to sense how they feel. Then contact them and check if your perception was accurate. If our minds are already communicating unconsciously, what would happen if we learned to do it consciously? This could transform your relationships, sharpen your intuition, and help you avoid conflicts before they even arise. But this goes even further. Quantum physics has shown that the simple act of observing can alter the behavior of subatomic particles. If this happens at the quantum level, could our thoughts and intentions also influence reality? If everything is energy, then our intentions could shape the world around us. Now you have the knowledge, but knowledge alone doesn't change anything. Action does. Awareness does. Intention does. So here's the real question. Will you return to your routine as if nothing happened? Or will you begin to train your mind to awaken its true power and connect with the invisible network that's been there all along? If you've ever felt this connection, that silent knowing, that sense that you're not alone in your thoughts, share your story in the comments. I want to hear from you. You're not crazy. You're just waking up. Like this video if it sparked something in you. Subscribe to The Conscious Code for more deep dives into the unseen forces that shape our reality. And remember, your mind is not limited by your brain. Your thoughts are not confined to your body. You are already connected. Now it's time to realize it.